opportunities throughout the year. Make sure you like the video. And if you just like the video, make sure you like the video. Also subscribe to the channel. We are, again, I say this every day because I make videos every day, about 100 subs away from 6K, which is just a gigantic number. Imagine 6,000 people. That is a lot of people. So thank you guys so much for that. As I said, I'm posting every day. I've been posting every day since December. And yesterday I posted a start bench cut video where, in the video I discuss more about it, but it's a really nice video if you know the sort of, or the whole deal of a start bench cut sort of style of post and pictures and things like that. We go over some in that video. It's a lot of fun, so make sure you guys check out that video if you haven't yet. And yeah, I guess we can finally get started with tonight's video, talking about some of the upcoming matchups in the NBA. So, taking a look into I guess tomorrow's games, which tomorrow is Tuesday. It's not really the start of the week, but yesterday I already uploaded a video and had a video planned for an upload, so it kind of messed me up doing a sort of Monday through Friday thing, but we're starting on Tuesday. So tomorrow for you guys, obviously, I could do tomorrow's games because today is technically Sunday for me, but by the time you guys are watching this video, the Monday games are pretty much already done with it. So with that being said, these are tomorrow's matchup. So if you guys want to make your predictions for other, end of the week games, tomorrow games, things like that, or even just talk about matchups you really like to see in the NBA, make sure you comment down below. I really don't see a lot of interaction in my comments, which is fine. I mean, this is an ASMR video. I'm sure a lot of people aren't even looking at the screen right now when they watch my videos, because I know when I'm, listening to ASMR, I rarely ever put in, have my attention on the screen. But if you don't, that's cool. I'm just saying, if you want to leave a comment. We can talk. I'm a really chill guy. Anyways, tomorrow's first game of the day is actually the TNT game, the game of the night. Well, one of the games of the night, technically. It's the Utah Jazz and the Boston Celtics going head to head. The 28-10 Utah Jazz against the 20-18 Boston Celtics, which I get that the Boston Celtics are kind of in a slump right now. They are 5th right now in the Eastern Conference. They slid all the way from being, I think at one point in time in the year, they were the 2nd seed. Slipped all the way down to 5, and could even slip down again if they lose against this Jazz team to the Charlotte Hornets, because the Charlotte Hornets are right on the tails of Boston this year, which is super crazy. Even New York, all these teams, all the teams to Atlanta at 8 are all super close. So Boston definitely has some more ground to make up to make this a little bit more interesting for them this season. I think they're still a favorite in the East. They're just sort of, I don't want to say ghosting so far this year, but definitely not as dominant as I guess we all sort of thought they would have been. And then obviously on the opposite end, we have the Utah Jazz, who are sitting on top of not only the Western Conference, but the entire NBA record-wise, which is super crazy. So my pick, I think it's pretty obvious. I think I'm going to go with the Utah Jazz. I think the Utah Jazz just recently lost the game, which, I mean, I think the Utah Jazz are one of those teams where I will highly doubt it'll be very rarely that they lose back-to-back games this year, because they are just on such a hot streak right now. I either see the Utah Jazz being, the number 1 team coming into the playoffs, number 1 record, number 1 this, number 1 that, or I could see them sliding all the way down to 3rd or 4th and just having a big crash. Both possibilities are very possible, but I'm going to say that they're probably going to finish out the year very strong, and then coming in the playoffs, and we'll have to see how well they play off against, the sort of championship favorites, Lakers, Clippers, Denver Nuggets, those type of guys. So we're going to have to see about that, but I'm picking Utah to win this first matchup that we're talking about here tonight. And some of the other more quick games that I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to try to get through these pretty fast, in my opinion, so sorry if I sort of skip past the games that aren't as interesting, I guess you could possibly say, but again, this is me just trying to get through some games pretty quickly. So we have Cleveland and the Heat. I'm going to give it to the Heat. The Heat are starting to finally pick it up again. Jimmy Butler's playing better, Bam's playing better, the team's finally, getting healthy and back together. So I'm going to give it up to the Heat on that game. Hawks and Rockets. Obviously the Hawks and the Rockets are tanking. I feel like they're tanking right now. I feel like they give up hope. Eric Gordon's not playing. this is going to be a really tough game. If anything, maybe the Sixers rest Embiid. Oh wait, no, Embiid's out. That's right. I totally forgot Joel Embiid is injured now. Man, well, the Knicks. Well, I don't know if the Knicks will beat the Sixers still, but Milwaukee, I think, is going to beat the Sixers on this game. Joel Embiid, man, that is a hard player to sort of recover from losing. That's gonna be tough. Ben Simmons is really gonna have to show us some new type of Ben Simmons flair, some offense from Ben Simmons, which he can put up a good 20 points per game, but I want to see him throw down like a 30-point triple-double. Like, I want to see Ben Simmons finally start showing us that true potential that we all know he has, and hopefully he can throw it out there a little bit. While I think Joel Embiid's injured for like a month or so, like a couple weeks, due to something to do with his leg. He fell pretty funny during a game and got injured, so I totally forgot about that till now. But yeah, I'm picking Milwaukee just due to Joel Embiid not being there because he's such an important player. We have the Wizards and the Kings. I'm picking the Kings, even though the Wizards, again, like a lot of players, a lot of teams in the NBA, starting to find their sort of motion and everything. It's starting to look pretty nice for them. They are 12th right now in the NBA. They are on a 3-game losing streak though, but I mean Toronto's on a 5-game losing streak, so it's not all bad for Washington. They can definitely make up ground to be at least a 10th, 9th seed in this playoff play-in series that they're doing this year. You know, and I would really heavily favor Washington because you got Russell Westbrook, you got Bradley Beal, the leading scorer in the NBA. Like, that's really all you need in a sort of single-game elimination style of competition. It's big-time superstars, and Washington has a past MVP and the best scorer in the NBA, points per game wise. So, I'm going to give it to the Kings, though. Even though it's time to Washington, I'm going to give it to the Kings. We have the Nets and the Pacers, which, shout out to Caris LeVert for coming back. I think if it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. It was Caris LeVert's first game back, and he looked a little slow. He's definitely going to need a lot of playing time to sort of get back into rhythm. I can sort of see if the Pacers miss out on the playoffs because of that, because obviously without Victor Oladipo now, you sort of invested into Caris LeVert, which was a good investment, but obviously due to things no one can control, it's not going to work out this year, I think, for the Pacers, and they definitely have a chance to not even make the playoffs this year, because we were just talking about Washington making a push, Toronto still outside looking in, then you have Atlanta, Charlotte, New York, like a lot of teams that are trying to make that extra spot. We're going to have to see how well Sabonis and Malcolm Brogdon can carry that team. But I'm picking the Nets. The Nets, I think, are starting to lock in now, playoff mode in mind, definitely trying to get as much minutes with the trio, I'm hopefully assuming, as possible once Kevin Durant comes back within, I think they said another week or two, he would be back, so it'd be nice to see. Toronto and the Pistons. I'm picking Toronto. The Pistons are not doing hot right now, but hopefully Toronto can win this game here. They definitely need more help, that's for sure. We have the Celtics and the Cavs. Oh man, this is in Cleveland, and we all know how bad Memphis fans out there, let me know. I have no idea. He's been out, I think, this entire year, right? He hasn't played and then got injured again, right? I think he's been down this entire year, which, I mean, obviously, if you're Memphis, you're still a team that can definitely make a playoff spot, like an 8th, 7th seed, or even a 9th, 10th playing spot. So I kind of like the fact they're not rushing him out, which I hope Portland does as well with their, big guys out yet. Like Zach Collins, Yusuf Nurkic, CJ McCollum. I hope they don't rush them out just to get, again, knock on wood, just to get injured again before the playoffs. I hope they just rest those guys till they are ready enough for a playoff push, if that makes any sense. So, I mean, Jaren has been injured for a long time, and I hope he's doing okay, but, man, that team would be a lot better, in a lot better position with Jaren on the floor. But I'm going to pick an upset. I'm going to pick the Grizzlies, especially at home. I'm going to pick the Grizzlies that game. I really like how they play, for sure. Good guard play. We have the Hornets and the Nuggets. Ooh. Hey, man, something about the Charlotte Hornets right now are on a 3-game win streak. I think they will beat the Denver Nuggets. I'm going to pick an upset. The Denver Nuggets, because the Denver Nuggets on defense this year have been very sus. And for Charlotte, man, they are an all-offensive team. That's it. They have LaMelo, Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridges. Like, those guys are just go-getting buckets. Terry Rozier, Devontae Graham. Like, those guys are just buckets in themselves. So either Denver's going to have to play some lockdown defense, or the Charlotte Hornets are going to have a very cold game that day, which I highly doubt they would. I'm picking the upset. I'm going to pick Charlotte that game for sure. Then the other sort of game of the night on ESPN, we have the Clippers and the Mavericks. I watched the Clippers play technically last night for me, 2 nights ago. Well, it would be last night for you guys, yeah. It would be last night for you guys as well. Play against the New Orleans Pelicans, and they got blown out. It was pretty bad. So I think that will be a little shakeup for them, especially going up against a rival team, I guess, because they played them in the playoffs last year and bounced them out of the playoffs. I don't know. No, they didn't. Well, I guess the Clippers bounced out the Mavericks in the playoffs. That's what I meant to say. But I feel like the Clippers will definitely try to put this team down. So I'm gonna pick the Clippers. I don't sense an upset, at least. Okay, so Thursday we have the Jazz and the Wizards. I'm picking the Jazz. No offense to the Wizards. Yeah, that's a very tough team in Utah this year for sure. The Magic and the Knicks. I'm gonna pick the Knicks. Yeah, I mean, Orlando has a bunch of injuries as well. I think they have Fultz injured, Gordon injured. I think I remember hearing something about Cole Anthony being injured. Obviously, Jonathan Isaac injured. Like, that team is in a rough spot. And right now for the Magic, man, they are in a spot where you can look at this season being oh my God, look at our luck. Our luck is so down in the drain. We just have so many injuries. Let's just wait till next year. Or B, you think of it as, wow, this year sucks. How about we try trading players away and start a rebuild? And a lot of people, especially in the sports sort of media world, wants option B. I mean, I don't really care what they do. I think either way they'll be fine, but I mean, Vucevic is in a lot of trade talks, and hey man, it might be time to move him on for a big time draft pick, especially this year. You can get, probably a top 3 pick for Vucevic, like a number 3 pick, number 2 pick for Vuce. That won't be a bad a pick up in my eyes. So, man, the Magic are just in a very tough situation right now. I wouldn't even know what to do if I was them. We have the Thunder and the Hawks. I'm gonna pick the Hawks. I think I favor them pretty well, even though actually, you know what, I'm picking the Thunder this game actually. When I think about the Thunder, I think about tough guard play, which is Kyle Lowry in your future? Is Spicy P in your future? Is giving all that money to Fred VanVleet the right decision for your future? You're gonna have to start thinking about these things pretty soon, because as of right now, you can see you may not be good enough. I mean, obviously, I don't know if there's a lot of injuries going around in Toronto. Oh, actually, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, and Siakam are all out due to health and safety protocols. So, hey, that could also be a reason why. And maybe I'm just being dumb and not sort of super informative on things. But even if they all were healthy, I don't know about. I'm not too sure about that team. We have the Nets and the Magic. I'm picking the Nets. That's sort of an easy one. Pacers Heat. I love watching the Pacers Heat play. I kind of see that as a little rivalry still, even boiling from the LeBron versus Paul George days. It's one of my favorite teams to watch against each other. I'm gonna pick the Heat. I think again, just with the Pacers sort of still struggling a little bit, and obviously, I think T.J. Warren has been out for a while, and even Jeremy Lamb as well. It's sort of hard for them. And it also says here that Bam Adebayo got hurt. When did Bam get hurt? I'm so out of touch. I need to follow more information on the NBA on Twitter and stuff, because I never saw anything on that. I didn't know he was hurt. That's definitely rough for Miami. Oh my God. We have a Pistons and Rockets on Friday as well. Pistons versus Rockets. That's gonna be an interesting game for sure. I have no idea who won that one. I mean, for the Rockets, man, they have Wood out, they have Daniel House out, they have Eric Gordon out, they have John Wall out, PJ Tucker out. Like, they have so many guys out, man. It's so interesting. Man, I think I'm gonna give this one to the Pistons, just because, you got Mason Plumlee, you got Jeremy Grant, like, you got some good players that may be able to piece together a couple good runs. On the Rockets, man, I don't know. That's all I can say. I don't know. So I'm picking the Pistons for sure. We have the Warriors and the Grizzlies. Oh my God, I wish that game was on TV on Friday. I would so love to watch that game. I am gonna give this one to the. Let's do. Man, I don't know actually. I'm gonna give this one to the Warriors. The Warriors this year are a very surprised team, at least in my opinion. They're actually still playing pretty well, but I can also see them skidding slowly more down the bracket the standings as the year goes on. Obviously, because I'm sure Steph Curry is very tired. He's probably, asking for some rest here, some help for sure. But I'm gonna pick the Warriors there. We have the Bulls and the Nuggets. I'm picking Nuggets and the Timberwolves and the Suns. I'm going to pick the Suns. The Suns are playing extremely well. And since Sunday is technically like the start of the week, I'm just gonna go till Saturday. So today is actually the last day I'll do it. So Saturday, March 20th, we have the Hawks and the Lakers again. That's kind of funny. I'm gonna pick the. I'll pick the Hawks this time. I've been pooping on the Hawks this whole video. Let's pick the Hawks in this one. Actually, man, they don't have like anybody, man. They have Capella out, Hunter out. You know what? I'm still gonna go Lakers. I still gotta pick the Lakers in that one. The Hawks are just a lot of injuries, and that really sucks. We have the Kings and the Sixers. I'm gonna pick the Kings on an upset against the Sixers, the Embiid-less Sixers. I'm gonna pick the Kings on that one. Oh, the Warriors and the Grizzlies play again on a back-to-back on Saturday the 20th, and that's gonna be on NBA TV, so I can actually watch that game. That's awesome. Well, the first game I gave it to the Warriors. I'll say game 2 on, a younger team, fresher legs, maybe on a loss. The Memphis Grizzlies will come back and get a dub against the Warriors. So, first matchup on Friday, I'm picking the Warriors. Second matchup on Saturday, I'm picking Memphis. We have the Spurs and the Bucks. I'm probably just gonna pick the Bucks just because. Obviously, I think DeMar is gonna be out for like trade stuff, and LaMarcus is obviously gonna be out for the rest of the year if he's not bought out or traded or not or anything. Bucks. So I think that team's definitely losing something out of Aldridge. He's a 20-point per game scorer and an offensive sort of focus. So I'm gonna pick the Bucks. The Bucks I think are gonna start rolling through the rest of this year, in my opinion. And then the last game of the night, we have Hornets and the Clippers. I'm going to pick the Clippers because I feel like the Clippers have too many good perimeter defenders, and Pat Bev, Kawhi, Paul George, that they were able to stop this sort of offensive onslaught that the Charlotte Hornets create on the perimeter with LaMelo, Hayward. You get the gist. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This video is a very nonchalant video, very chill, very just me and you talking. You can just be relaxing as well while I just talk and blabble on about basketball. So that's kind of just all my videos, I guess. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Tomorrow I am doing a power rankings video, so make sure you guys watch out for that. A power rankings video. I will be doing a gameplay video soon, whether it's Star Wars Battlefront or Overwatch or something like that. I want to throw in some gameplay there for you guys. So hopefully you guys, again, watch out for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys again in my next video very, 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 very soon.